Hello, good afternoon and welcome. I'm very pleased to be joined by Nabil Nachi, who is a Senior Director with Hyundai. Welcome, many thanks.
Hi Nadim, how are
Hi,
you?
very well, thanks, very well. So we've had a lot of discussions, I guess, across the region. We're in the MENA region, obviously looking at the event coming forward in February, and it's been interesting to be here at the DII event and be talking to people about mobility and seeing some real sort of movements and realization that hydrogen and mobility are going to play quite a big role in some of the mobility applications. Obviously, from Hyundai, what are your thoughts around how the market's developing and the conversations you're having and some of the sort of partnerships that you're doing behind the scenes? So yeah,
Yeah,
how's it developing?
yeah. Well, from our experience, since we have some ecosystems around the world with hydrogen-powered vehicles, we have our commercial vehicles in 8 countries. Just to give you two concrete examples, we have the truck project running in Switzerland since 2 years.
Yeah.
So we have just achieved a few weeks ago 5 million kilometers with our fuel cell trucks, and we do have in South Korea, obviously our home country, we do have more than 200 fuel cell buses running. Uh, and we see that in many other regions of the world that the market is ready, is in let's say in activating phase. And since we are today here in Cairo, I think the Middle East, generally speaking, is such a region where there is a big potential, not only for hydrogen production, but also for hydrogen offtake, and obviously also in the mobility sector.
Yeah. And in terms of those applications, obviously you mentioned the trucks in Switzerland, and that project has been going quite well. And they were obviously they approached it in a very sort of joined up approach. So they were overcoming the sort of chicken and egg problem because
Absolutely.
it was a well constructed project. What were some of the key success factors for that project? It's essentially having all of the county parties involved in the project? Or?
Well, this is of course a main success factor, to have the right partners. So,
Yeah.
as you know, we need to build up the entire ecosystem. It's not only about offering the vehicles. You need the right partners to produce green electricity, to produce out of that green hydrogen, to transport this hydrogen, to bring it to the hydrogen refueling stations. And at the end of the day, you need the customers, so the logistics company, in order to realize this entire mobility solution. So
Yeah.
sector coupling is obviously a key success factor here.
Yeah.
You need the right partners to cooperate with, but also you need certain legislative boundary conditions, which we do have in Switzerland, which are favorable in terms of taxation of diesel vehicles or exemption of electric and hydrogen-powered vehicles from such taxations, in order to be able to achieve a positive business case.
Yeah. And in terms of, you mentioned electric drivetrains there, and the many arguments around hydrogen versus electric only. I think there was a presentation this morning looking at the system's efficiencies and the opportunities for hydrogen to play a fairly significant role in mobility applications. What are your thoughts as an OEM, as
Yeah.
technology agnostic, in terms of the electric vehicle, pure drivetrain, batteries and hydrogen? You see them competing, or you see them complementary, or what are your thoughts around that?
Well, it has been said this morning, the discussion about efficiency is a limited discussion. We have to take a look to the complete system from a cost point of view, and also from energy production point of view. So it's obvious that if you just take the electricity and put it in an electric car, you have the better efficiency. I think there is no debate about that.
Yeah.
So, but with hydrogen, you have the opportunity to use energy which you would have not been producing at all, because it's either the wrong timing in the day or in the year. So talking about wind energy, so in different seasons, or it's the wrong location. So with hydrogen, you have the possibility to solve this intermittency issue of the renewable energies, because the production side is not exactly the same like the offtake side, and the timing is not the same. So it's not only about efficiency, it's about also the cost of the entire system. It's all about the cost of transporting the energy. So the two technology, battery electric and fuel cell electric vehicles, to answer your question concretely, are not competing with each other. They are completing each other, and it depends just on the use case. For different use cases, you might need different technologies.
Yeah, understood. And in terms of some of the other mobility applications, what are some of the other areas that you think are going to develop?
Well, as you know, the mobility sector is and will be a main off-taker or an important off-taker of hydrogen. And we just talked about fuel cell trucks, fuel cell buses, but also fuel cell passenger cars will be important. But also other applications like in trains and trams, where the Hyundai Group is also active. Urban air mobility is also a future field where hydrogen and fuel cell will play a role, and also maritime applications will contribute also to increase the offtake of hydrogen.
Yeah. And in terms of Korea, we're seeing demand for I guess ammonia. What are your thoughts around that, specifically thinking about Korea and the path that it's taking in terms of energy?
As offtake country, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, as you know, the offtake of the hydrogen for the mobility sector will be mainly in Europe, in the US, but also in Japan and South Korea. But also other regions like the Middle East, we see there a big potential. That mobility projects will be realized, and that the mobility also in such regions will be an important off-taker of the hydrogen.
Yeah, excellent. Well, we look forward to tracking Hyundai's progress in the market and looking at helping accelerate projects and helping to ultimately decarbonize in the mobility sector. So many thanks, Nabil, for chatting to us today, and we look forward to following Hyundai's progress in the hydrogen market. So many thanks.
Thank you too, Nadim.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Thanks.